What's up, everybody? Arrg the Pirate here, and today we're gonna play a little support Chaac. Now, we started out wanting to play in the solo lane, but you can see my team comp, we ended up going for that support role, so this build will work for either the support or for the solo lane. And guys, great build. Chaac is such a fun god. Alright, let's get right into it, but first, we gotta play Smite's most favorite game.
Who's that?
Smite god. Y'all know how it works by now. I'm gonna play a little clip of an ability. The first person to guess that god correctly down in the comments wins a free skin code. Alright, here's that clip. That one's a little tricky, but I think y'all will get it. Alright, let's get right into this build. Now I'm going to start out with Warrior's Blessing, Enchanted Buckler, which is rank 1 of Runic Shield, and then 2 healing potions, 1 mana potion. Then I'm going to build into Warrior Tabby, Runic Shield, Gladiator Shield, Pestilence, Breastplate of Valor, Stone of Gaia, Meditation Cloak, and Blink for my relics. Next up, we gotta go over his kit, and first up we have his passive Overflow. After 5 successful basic attacks, the next ability Chaac uses costs no mana, and this gives him an absolute ton of sustain, because you're not using mana. You can either spam your heal with it, or use it on your one. You know, you can basically use a free ability every minion wave if you're not poking enemy gods, which makes his kit absolutely awesome. And that leads us to his one Thunder Strike, which is the ability you should start out with. Chaac throws his axe forward, damaging all enemies in a radius around the landing location. The axe remains idle on the ground for 5 seconds or until another ability is used. Placing that axe correctly is absolutely key for his next ability, Torrent, or his 2. Chaac spins his axe around him, dealing damage to all enemies and gaining protections for each enemy hit with a max of 5. If the axe is out from his 1 or Thunder Strike, he will first dash to the axe location, doing 50% base damage to all enemies he passes through, and then executing the spin attack. This dash can go through walls, so not only can you use this as an awesome escape, but if you throw it to the archer minions and then position yourself to where you're at the melee minions, you'll damage them when you go through them. I see a lot of people miss that opportunity. Guys, that's absolutely key. Chaac's 3 is Rain Dance. Chaac summons a rainstorm that surrounds him in kind of an AoE for 6 seconds. Enemies caught in that AoE have their movement speed and attack speed reduced. But if your axe is out from your 1 or your Thunder Strike, the rainstorm will also spawn around that axe. And if the enemies are caught in that location, their movement speed is also reduced as well as their attack speed. But if you have the axe thrown and spawn in your Rain Dance, and they are in both those AoE circles, the slows are doubled, guys. So it's absolutely huge for getting into team fights, and it gives you good sustain. Lastly, we have his ultimate Storm Call. Chaac charges his lightning axe and unleashes a blast, silencing, knocking up, and damaging all enemies around him. While in the air, Chaac has 50% damage mitigations and is immune to all crowd control effects. Chaac's kit is so much fun, and it can absolutely flip a team fight. His ultimate, he's got great escape, great sustain, he's got a pretty strong early game. Guys, he's a really good warrior. Now, let's get into this gameplay. So if you see here, we're gonna head back to our lane. Unfortunately, instead of Soul running through the jungle, she ran through the tower, and check this out, guys. She took so much damage there. Thanatos is gonna be able to ult in and take her out. Oh, that feels bad, but if you see here, we're kind of boxing Thanatos, and we're just waiting for those cooldowns. He is taking poke from minions, which is great, and we got our cooldown off of our 1, and we're actually able to take out Thanatos there, and then we got to dip through the jungle. Ares, 1 hit from him, we would be dead. So let's get out as quickly as possible. You can see I've got my axe out just in case. I can throw my axe and then teleport to it, but I didn't need to. We ended up getting out of that pretty safely. Awesome. That's great, and now we're gonna stay in this lane and continue pushing this lane in the right direction. You know, since we are playing Chaac as a support, we are a very aggressive lane. You know, we want to keep that pressure up, especially since they don't have an ADC. Their Mercury is definitely not a laning god, so, you know, it's going to be very easy to win this lane. We just have to keep up this pressure. Now we are level 5, you can see both me and Soul are, so we can definitely win this next fight. And if you see here, we're able to get some poke on to that Ares, and then let's just walk in there, use our ultimate. I didn't want to use my teleport just in case. I wanted to make sure I had enough mana to actually get that ult off. And then guys, you see here, I don't know what Mercury was doing, but when that kind of situation happens, if you're going to get that free kill, definitely let your ADC get that. You know, it's one thing to take a kill because, hey, you know, you were basically attacking, everyone was trying to get the kill, and hey, it just happened, you got it. That's one thing, but if you are guaranteed a kill, especially if you're playing the support, definitely let the ADC take it. And you saw there was no way Mercury was going to get out of that, even if he, you know, actually started playing again. I'm not sure if he had a DC or what, but let the ADC get that kill, especially since we are 3 kills up and Soul only has the 1. Now from here, we're just looking where we need to go, and you can see my team collapsed in the duo lane, so let's head over there. Soul's still kind of caught out, so let's try to help her out. We're able to head in, and you see we use that rain to actually slow down Ares, and we're able to take him out. Awesome play. We really don't need to push it into this T2. It's only 7 minutes in at this time, and so our damage on towers is not going to be just a whole lot. You can see I kind of peel off there, but hey, let's go ahead, get a little bit of poke, but as soon as you see someone show up, we've got to get out. And with the spawn timers as fast as they are, you know, we definitely need to get out quickly. Now, their Mercury ends up showing up here, and you can see both him and Ares are still level 1, so we don't have to worry about ultimates too much. Kind of waiting around the side, you know, let's move out. Let's go to a different area. Let's go to mid lane, help that lane out, something like that. We're just asking for rotations and to die at this point. But, you know, we definitely need to help out Soul if we can. Look at the damage we got onto Mercury there. You know, we can definitely maybe make something happen here, but we would probably be better off going for mid lane. Now, since Soul is staying in, we need to do our best, and with our ultimate up, we're going to be able to take out Ares, and, you know, Mercury comes in, stuns us, but that's okay. We ended up trading our lives as the support for a T2 at 8 minutes in, guys. That's a decent play, although I think we would have been better served rotating to another lane. Now from here, again, we don't really need to push our duo lane. You know, we've already got the T2. There's no reason to be in duo lane other than to clean that lane up, and that's really Soul's job. She needs to farm. So we're going to mid lane. And sure enough, Thanatos is here. My team collapses a little bit. We aren't able to take him out. But look, he's going to have to back, guys. He was so low there. You know, unfortunately, he gets out, but no big deal. We don't need to push into that T2. But if you see here, Giannis is going in on Poseidon. Let's go ahead. Make sure we get that kill, and sure enough, we're able to take him out, and now is Gold Fury time. We need to collapse on this Gold Fury. You know, we would be able to get that in a huge lead. You can see Soul is still pushing that duo lane, which, again, it would be much better to pick up something like Gold Fury, especially after taking out Poseidon, and with that Thanatos having to back the way he did, this should be a fairly free Gold Fury, and check it out, sure enough, it was. Now, after that Gold Fury, let's head over to our solo lane. We haven't been over there. We should be able to make something happen. Sure enough, Aphrodite's here. We're able to get that ultimate off. Check how much damage was done on that one, guys. I did not think that would kill her. Holy moly, but sure enough, we're able to take her out. Let's rotate to mid. You can see there is kind of a collapse here. We're able to throw this axe. Now, check this out, guys. I use my 3... and that makes my axe disappear. I did not mean to hit my 3. That was just a misclick. I'm actually kind of glad I didn't go into tower, though, because my team kind of peeled off there, and that would have probably killed me. But again, guys, when you use... once your axe is laying on the ground, if you use your 1, or if you use your 2, or your 3... once that axe is laying on the ground, both of them will make it disappear, so you can no longer teleport to it, or get that AoE rainstorm. Now, let's go ahead and clean up this lane and then get back to base, put on some more items, and we make a pretty big misplay coming up, and I think it's good to talk about that. Now, I'm going to head down mid lane. We're just looking for a fight. We're no longer in laning phase. The enemy team still very much is, so we should be able to dominate. I'm going to go ahead and get Ares to peel off from Circuit and then head to mid lane. We're just going to keep pressure up. We're looking for that fight, and you see Anubis is rotating, Giannis is rotating, so I'm like, okay, let's make this happen. Let's get in there. Let's make this fight happen. And guys, I'm just so much faster with that teleport from my 1 and my 2 that I get ahead of my entire team. No, I was ahead of Giannis there, and Anubis, you know, he kind of peeled off. He didn't really come in and help. So, you know, but besides that, I was ahead of Giannis so much when I went in to initiate that fight that he was not really able to help out, and we end up going down there. So when you are trying to initiate a fight with Chaac, just remember, you can get very far ahead of your allies without even realizing it. Now let's talk about pushing the lanes. Now if you see here, Sol has pretty much stayed in the duo lane the entire time, pushing that lane all the way up to the duo lane, and look guys, she gets rotated on. We're gonna try our best to head over and do something. We're just not gonna be able to. That was a bad placement by the axe, but you can see just by being out of position there, you know, it's pretty much bad for everybody. And so really, don't push those lanes. Once you down that T1 or even that T2, guys, start making those rotations, because not only will they help your team out and get everybody fed, you can avoid situations like this. And look, Giannis showed up to try to save me. He ends up going down. So just by me rotating over to try to help out Sol, we end up losing our 2 biggest damage dealers. And guys, that's big. From here, we're just gonna kind of continue to do what we need to do. Let's try to help our team out. We've still got all of our T1s up, so we're not doing bad, even though we are starting to lose fights and we're taking way too much damage, everything like that. But it's time to actually go in on Ares here, and sure enough, we're able to take him out. And then here's Poseidon. We're gonna try to body lock a little bit, but look at that Giannis portal. And then here goes my axe. We're able to take him out easy peasy. Thanatos shows up and unfortunately takes out our Circuit, but look, we got collapsed on. We need to get out of this situation. You can see I used my 2 to get those protections. My 3's now off of cooldown. Didn't do any good. that was just, it turned out really bad. But hey, you know, we're starting to work as a team a little bit better, and hopefully we can start making those plays happen. You see, Sol is still solo pushing that duo lane, guys, and again, now's the time to start making rotations for those fights. Sol ends up going down again here, guys, and let's talk about that. Now, first off, Sol, I'm not calling you out, my dude. People make this mistake all the time, where you solo push a lane all the way up to the Phoenix, or just stay in that lane forever. Guys, again, once you down that T1 or even that T2, it's time to start rotating. And when you push that lane all the way up, go back to base, put on, you know, half an item or, you know, the rank 1 of an item, get back in a lane and push that. You're not farming efficiently, as well as you're just asking to be rotated on. And that's what's happened several times. So once you down those towers, start making rotations. Now, we're gonna go to mid lane. We end up kind of dealing with that a little bit. And then I'm actually going to teleport over to this tower. You know, I saw Mercury there. I was trying to get some damage on him. Let's go ahead and just ult this wave. Let's get our minions into this tower. Hopefully we can take this tower out. Mercury ends up dashing through, and now, you know, we're on the other side of him. We should be able to collapse and take him out, and our team is collapsing. Look at this. Anubis gets an awesome wrap right there. A teleport to my axe. I don't play Chaac all that much, guys. But here's Poseidon. Let's go ahead, get on Poseidon, and, you know, we're trying to slow him down a little bit. Another amazing wrap by Anubis, and then Aphrodite's here. Let's go ahead, get that axe out. She ends up immuning that axe, which is, hey, but hey, that's awesome. We're all here. My team might be able to take her out or whatever, and sure enough, Anubis, look at the damage, guys. He's doing work. We're able to push into this T2 in the solo lane, and guys, this is awesome. We've got all the T2s, or we've got 2 of the T2s down. We're making plays, guys. From here, we end up backing off, and Thanatos is chasing down Giannis, and oh, what an easy kill. Oh man, we collapsed on him after we took that tower down, and we're gonna go ahead and just back off from here. Awesome play. Shutting down Thanatos is always nice, and then we're gonna hopefully get back in the lane. Now from here, we're gonna march down mid lane, and again, guys, we've completely dominated just the game in general. You know, we're way ahead on kills, we're way ahead in the tower game, and this is just going to continue. We're able to take out Aphrodite. Our one hit so hard, guys. Like I said earlier, I don't play Chaac all that much, so I don't realize how much his one hits for, but holy moly, we're actually able to take out this tower now. Awesome. That's all T2s down. You know, 20 minutes into the game, having T2s down is great. Here's Poseidon. We're going to go ahead and go in on him. You can see we end up waiting on our ultimate till his Aegis is down. We're actually able to take him out with a full kit rotation. Awesome. That's great. And from here, you know, staying pushed up to this T2 or to this Phoenix is just not the best option. You know, we've got much better options to do, and I'm actually going to head over to our Soul. Let's get a good split push going instead of just all staying stacked up in that one lane. And, you know, we can get this split push going with it being a 4v5 situation. We might actually make something happen if we're not going to go for something like Fire Giant or Gold Fury or anything like that. It's better to do this, and we know we're not going to get that rotation from Soul, so it might be difficult to go for those side objectives. So definitely play to your team's strengths, and right now that's what we're doing. Once I see those enemies show up, okay, it's time to peel off, but since Soul stayed in, I'm gonna go ahead and head back. Let's see if we can make something happen. You know, we definitely need to peel for Soul because she is a big damage dealer. She's a huge part of our team. Anubis shows up, and holy moly, look. Triple kill, guys. Awesome, awesome play by our Anubis. This is great. And I'm going, okay, we can back off now. You know, let's get out of here. And I see everybody's kind of staying into the tower, so I go in and then I realize, hey, I'm not really being followed, but no problem at all. Well, you know, we're just making things happen, guys. We're keeping this pressure up, but I want to get out. I want to get out of this situation with a Mercury and an Aphrodite. It's going to be very difficult to do anything. We go ahead and, again, peel for our Soul, but look at this. We need to get out of this situation. I'm almost dead. She's healing up, and the enemy team ends up surrendering. What a fun match. I really hope y'all enjoyed, and if you did, show me some love, leave me a comment, think about subscribing, and as always, I'll see y'all in the next video.